إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. Welcome all of you. We continue reading from al-Mulakhas al-Fiqhi of our noble Shaykh al-Allama Dr. Salih bin Fawzan al-Fawzan حفظه الله تعالى ومتعه بالصحة والعافية وغفر له ولوالديه وللمسلمين والمسلمات آمين. باب في أحكام الطلاق. Today's chapter is about the rulings and regulations pertaining to divorce. And this is very important for us to understand. Same way we learned how to purify ourselves, how to perform and establish the prayers, how to fast, how to get married, and the like. Likewise, you need to learn the ahkam and the rulings of divorce. Some people don't know. They have no clue whatsoever. At the first disagreement, at talaq, they don't know how to do it, when, what to say, what not. Allah musta'an. And they some people put themselves in a lot of trouble. And it will take them a moment to attend a class like this or to read from the book that we give in the reference and to understand what they're supposed to say and what not to say, when and how and for what reason and the like. قال الشيخ حفظه الله تعالى الشيخ صالح الفوزان الطلاق لغة التخلية. في اللغة التخلية يقال طلقت الناقة إذا سرحت حيث شاءت ومعناه شرعا حل قيد النكاح أو بعضه أو بعضه أو حل بعضه. First of all, the Shaykh mentioned the meaning linguistically in the Arabic language. It is at-takhliya, and he gave an example that like when the she-camel is divorced, like in the linguistic meaning now, linguistic meaning, طلقت meaning when you set that she-camel free. Now it was tied, it was confined into an area and a place. You let it go, and that she-camel now is free to go wherever. That's called talaq linguistically. But in the terminology of the legislation, divorce is the dissolution of the bond of marriage or part of it. وأما حكمه فهو يختلف باختلاف الظروف والأحوال. As for the ruling on divorce, it varies. It varies according to the different situations. فتارة يكون مباحا يعني الطلاق، وتارة يكون مكروها، وتارة يكون مستحبا، وتارة يكون واجبا، وتارة يكون حراما، فتأتي عليه الأحكام الخمسة. So the ruling on divorce, it can be permissible. In some cases, divorce is permissible. In other cases, is detestable and disliked. Makruh. Is makruh. It could be desirable, mustahab. And also it could be wajib, obligatory sometimes. It become obligatory, the divorce. And the Shaykh is going to explain all these different situations. And it could be haram, could be forbidden, prohibited. So it involves all these 5 rulings that we all know, al-ahkam, as the fuqaha, they call it al-ahkam al-khamsa, al-mubah, that which is permissible, wal-makruh, that which is disliked, wal-mustahab, that which is desirable or recommended, wal-wajib, that which is obligatory, and the haram, that which is forbidden. These are the 5 rulings. Okay? Here is the tafsil. Now here is the details of each and every ruling. These 5 rulings. قال الشيخ حفظه الله فيكون الطلاق مباحا إذا احتاج إليه الزوج لسوء خلق المرأة والتضرر بها مع عدم حصول الغرض من الزواج مع البقاء عليه. Now he mentioned, now the Shaykh gives details when divorce is permissible. Later on the Shaykh, I'm just going to mention this for you, but the Shaykh is going to mention later on. First of all, the divorce is the right for a man, for the husband. He's the one who divorced his wife, not the woman divorced her husband. Not a woman get up one morning, said to her husband, I divorce you, brother. This is not for the woman. Okay? So the Shaykh said divorce is permissible, meaning here a man can divorce his wife, the woman. He said divorce is permissible when the husband needs it because of his wife's ill conduct. She doesn't have good manners. She does not have good manners. She has ill manners, this lady. And the harm caused to him by keeping his wife. If he keep her, he's the one who's harmed. She has bad manners. Okay? And the non-fulfillment of the legal objectives of marriage by keeping her. There's nothing is fulfilled if he keep her. So he become mubah, permissible for him to divorce such a woman. ويكره الطلاق إذا كان لغير حاجة بأن كانت حال الزوجين مستقيمة وعند بعض الأئمة يحرم في هذه الحال. قال الشيخ والراجح أنه مباح مع الكراهة ثم ذكر حديث سنذكره. Divorce is disliked or detestable if there is no need for it. If there is no need for it. It's not haram, but it's disliked if there is no reason for the man to divorce his wife. As when there is no problem between the married couple, the husband and the wife, here the man and the woman, of course. Rather, some of the scholars, they deem it to be actually prohibited in such a case. If things is fine, there is no problems. Some of the ulama, they see that they are in no opinion that it's haram. It's prohibited. Naam. However, Sheikh Salih al-Fawzani says that the soundest view is actually it is permissible. However, it is detestable, disliked. It is disliked. And he mentioned a hadith, أبغض الحلال إلى الله الطلاق. The most detestable lawful act in the sight of Allah is divorce. This hadith is read by Abu Dawood and Ibn Majah. And the Shaykh says, رجاله ثقات. The men of its chain of transmitters are trustworthy. However, Shaykh al-Albani رحمه الله تعالى ضعف هذا الحديث في صحيح ابن ماجه وصحيح أبي داود. However, the great muhaddith al-allama Sheikh Nasir al-Din Muhammad Nasir al-Din al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala, he graded this hadith here أبغض الحلال إلى الله الطلاق, the most disliked and detestable lawful act in the sight of Allah is divorce. Shaykh al-Albani rahimahullah ta'ala, he said it is weak, ضعيف. هنا في الكتاب. It's in the book of الملخص الفقهي. فسماه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في هذا الحديث حلالا. فسماه النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم في هذا الحديث حلالا. عندنا الشيخ مع كونه مبغوضا عند الله. So the Shaykh, he elaborated on this hadith because to the Shaykh, wallahu a'lam, the hadith is okay. Sometimes the ulama, they differ as related to one hadith. Some they said is weak, some they said is hasan, and the like. So according to Shaykh Fawzan, he used this hadith. Said this hadith, the Prophet ﷺ refers to divorce as lawful, though it is disliked in the sight of Allah. قال فدل نعم قال فدل على كراهته في تلك الحال مع إباحته ووجه كراهته أن فيه إزالة للنكاح المشتمل على المصالح المطلوبة شرعا. The Shaykh says, so this indicates that it's detestability based permissibility in this case. And the reason for it being disliked in this case is that it puts an end, meaning the divorce, to a marriage that fulfills the legally desired interests. نعم. يعني عرفنا متى يكون مباحا ومتى يكون مكروها. So we learned so far 2 of the 5 rulings, right? What are they? About what, first of all? We learned 2 rulings about what subject? About divorce. What are the 2 rulings we learned so far? نعم. أحسنت. When it is permissible and when it is disliked. نعم. We continue. قال ويستحب. Here is the 3rd ruling. ويستحب الطلاق في حال الحاجة إليه بحيث يكون في البقاء على الزوجية ضرر على الزوجة كما في حال الشقاق بينها وبين الزوج كما في حال الشقاق بينها وبين الزوج وفي حال كراهتها له فإن في بقاء النكاح مع هذه الحال ضررا على الزوجة والنبي صلى الله عليه وسلم يقول لا ضرر ولا ضرار. The Shaykh Hafidahullah, he continue now bringing the 3rd ruling about divorce after he mentioned when it is mubah, permissible, when it is makruh, disliked. Now he mentioned the divorce when it is desirable and mustahab. So divorce becomes desirable if the wife suffers harm during her marital life, such as when there is dissension between her and her husband. Because keep in mind, ya akhwan, marriage is supposed to be, and the married couple, the husband and the wife, the man and his wife, which is the woman, they should live on honorable terms. That is legislated to us by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They don't get married to fight. They don't get married to insult one another, to curse and abuse one another. This is not the legislation. This is not the wisdom behind marriage. Rather, Shaykh ibn Baz rahimahullah ta'ala, when he was asked about what is the most evident reason for divorce, he said when there is no harmony between the spouses. When there is no harmony. So how can they live together? How can they help each other? How they support each other to stay upon taqwa, upon the right path, if they can't stand each other? Constantly fighting, no respect from both. That's Allah as-salam al-afiyah. So now he says, divorce becomes desirable if the wife suffers harm during her marital life, such as when there is this dissension between her and her husband, or when she dislikes him, In this case, maintaining the marriage causes more harm to the wife While the Prophet ﷺ says in a sound hadith, one should not harm others, nor should one seek benefit of oneself by causing harm to others. La darar wa la dirar, meaning don't harm others, and also you should not stay in a situation that cause you harm as well. It's not obligatory for the woman to stay in a marriage that is not working for her. The Shaykh is going to mention that later on. That's from the beauty of this deen of Islam, that Allah has legislated divorce. Unlike some customs in some countries who do not apply Islam, the woman is married forever. Once they marry her to a certain man, they tell her, do not come back. It's one way. That's why you find that woman miskina is going through a lot of hardship with that man, but she can't. And that's it. That's Allah, salam al-afiyah, and this is not, doesn't reflect on Islam. The ill actions and ill behavior and of practice by some Muslims do not reflect the reality of Islam. Do not reflect the reality of Islam. قال ويجب الآن الوجوب, when now the divorce is obligatory. ويجب الطلاق على الزوج إذا كانت الزوجة غير مستقيمة في دينها. ويجب الطلاق يعني يجب عليه تطليق هذه المرأة, يسرحها. ويجب عليه الطلاق يعني الزوج إذا كانت الزوجة غير مستقيمة في دينها, كما إذا كانت تترك الصلاة, لا تصلي أو تؤخرها عن وقتها ولم يستطع تقويمها. إن عليه النصيحة أولا. ولم يستطع تقويمها أو كانت غير نزيهة في عرضها, يعني تزني والعياذ بالله أو غير ذلك. قال فيجب عليه طلاقها في تلك الحال على أصح القولين. Now when divorce becomes obligatory, the Shaykh Salih al-Fawzan says, divorce becomes obligatory for the husband if the wife is neither righteous nor upright on the religious level. For example, as the Shaykh mentioned the example, the wife may be negligent in performing her prayers in a way that she abandoned the prayers, period. A woman, she just don't want to pray. Get up for Fajr, she's like, you get up, don't touch me. SubhanAllah, Salat. She's not praying. It's not because, of course, the man should understand. If a woman in their menses, are you going to wake her up for Fajr? No, you don't wake up a woman for Fajr, her menses. Because the women on their menses do not pray. And it's not permissible for them to pray. And if they pray, they're sinful. Ainam. So the woman has, let's say, has 6 days in her cycle, menstrual cycle. She does not pray. Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha, Jumu'ah, Nawafil, Rawatib, Sunnah, Tahit al-Masjid, everything. She doesn't pray, period. So the man should know. And especially if the woman tell him, look, I'm not praying. A'udhu billah, you're not praying? You're divorced. Get your stuff, get out of here. Why, ya akhi? Why this? Kif yani? Yeah, she's not praying. If she lying? She's not praying, meaning what? Huh? Some men don't have no clue, nothing. They don't know anything about women. He just married a woman, mashallah. She's praying the first week or two. Then one day, get up. She used to get up all these first 2 weeks. Now she has her menses. He wake her up. She's like, just go pray. I'm not praying today. Then this man have no clue, no understanding, didn't do his homework. He don't know anything about women. And he's like, what? You're not praying? She's like, yeah, you heard me all right. I'm not praying. And instead to ask a simple question, what is it in this case? What is the simplest question, huh? Why? With a smile on his face. Because he's the husband, remember? He has to be kind and nice and gentle. Not turn into an officer. Why? La ya akhi, you're the husband. So may I know the reason? She's like, subhanallah, you don't know? I don't know. And then she will tell him that she's on her menses. Some man, immediately they jump into conclusion. I cannot stay with a woman that she's not praying. Why can't you stay with a woman that's not praying? That's haram. No, it's halal, brother. It's not haram. This woman in her menses and the woman in her menses do not what? They do not pray, and what else they don't do? They don't fast. No. But they make up the fast, but they do not make up what? The salah, the prayers.
But that never happened, did it?
Huh?
That a man divorced his wife because of this?
What about it?
Did that ever happen?
I don't know.
Okay.
We're just trying to gain stuff so to save our brothers from falling into that. And even if it happens, I won't share with you. Stuff stay confidential, alhamdulillah, okay? Jazakallah khairan. Just to remember next time. I know. طيب. So divorce becomes obligatory for the husband, we mentioned, if the woman is not practicing her religion. Okay? And the Shaykh gave an example. For example, she's not praying. And you know, but remember, he says she's not praying or she's negligent. She prays but on her terms. She prays whenever she wants. Okay? She prays whenever she wants. Like for example, Fajr comes at 6:10, for example. The sun rises 7:30 in the morning. She's not going to pray Fajr and when she get up at 11. The husband, as the Shaykh says, he has to admonish her and advise her and talk to her and tell her, hey, you don't set your own time for salah. That's been set for us by Allah, who created you and me and fashioned us in the best form and give us all the bounties we enjoy. So try to get up. Yes, it's not going to be easy. It's hard. It's not easy for everybody. Okay? So you think it's easy for me, but we have to do it. But inshallah, we have to learn the beauty of the salat, the benefits of the salat, so that we don't just do it because we have to. No, we want to do it. We want to get to the level. We're doing it because we love to. Because the Prophet ﷺ, who is the best of mankind, and he is our example, he loved the salat. كانت قرة عينه. It used to be his comfort of eye. We don't just pray because I have to. No, you're not going to get to the level that you love to pray. It's like food. You don't just eat food because you have to. People, they eat they take medicine because they have to. They hate the medicine. But when you bring them some food they love what they do, they get it. They can't wait until somebody calls them to it. Salat, can't wait until the salat comes in. You miss the salat once it's finished. Aina. Usually we leave the questions until the end, but since our brother here has his hand, but the hand is down now. I don't know if you still are. Okay, go ahead. We didn't finish the point. See, that's why usually I says leave the questions to the end, because sometimes he may ask me a question and the answer comes 10 seconds after that, because now we didn't finish the chapter yet. Okay? Jazakallah khair. So divorce becomes obligatory for the husband if the wife is neither righteous nor upright on the religious level. For example, the Shaykh says the wife may be so negligent in prayer that she abandons it or performs it by delaying the times, while the husband is unable to rectify her because he tried. And that's what is incumbent upon the husband and the wife. They should advise each other. Present advices for each other. When the wife sees her husband slacking and negligent, she will say, Akhi, taqillah fi nafsik. You're the driver. You can't go sleeping, man. You're the driver of this household. Can you imagine that same woman? She's with the same man and she's sitting next to him in a van, and there is 3 or 4 or 5 kids in the back, and he starts sleeping in South Carolina, and they still have to make it to Florida. And she see him like his head getting heavy like this. What's she going to do? She just keep roaming on her phone? Like ain't nothing happened? Like she's not in that bus, van, whatever. What usually she will do? No, you're not yelling. You remember, no yelling, okay? What she will do? Buddy? What she will do, Nuruddin? Hey, buddy. Oh, yeah? MashaAllah. Doesn't matter the expressions. They may change from a person to the other. But what we're interested in is the action. She got to take an action or not? You never know what women can do. All right? So she will like, hey, dear husband. See? Nice talks. ما كان الرفق في شيء إلا زانه. Gentleness, whenever he added to something, make it beautiful. This is her husband. She's going to say, hey, that's not a driver. And even if it's a driver, would you treat a driver like that? Of course, a woman have no business to be with a driver that is not a mahram. Keep that in mind. All right? But now this is her husband. She's not going to talk to him, hey, you want to kill us? That's it? That's what your plan is? Astaghfirullah. Some people, they say stuff, they do not even think about the consequences. No, this is the righteous woman. She's going to say, hey, dear husband, I think, Jazakallah khair, you've been driving for 55 minutes so far. Would you pull over, please, and get an hour for rest? Huh? That's a good woman. And if you hear that, any one of us hear that from his wife, she know what she's talking about. Don't say, it's okay, I got it. Now she's going to change her tone, right? She's like, no, you ain't got it, brother. What happened? No, you're sleeping. You can't sleep and drive at the same time. So what if the man is sleeping on his obligations in the house? The wife, you just let him go and driving them to destruction? La, she's going to say, brother, you're in the driving seat. You bring in this television channels, DVDs, mixing. You bring in your friends hanging in the living room until 2 o'clock in the morning. This is no good, man. It's not good for you, not for me, not for those children. You see? You're staying up every night. I don't know what you're doing. We're supposed to go to sleep so you can get up for tahajjud or at least for fajr on time. Why are you staying up on the computer and this? What do? You don't have no third shift job. Your job was in the first shift. You came from masjid, from the Isha. All right. Why are you going to spend another 5 hours up? You're not reading Quran. You're not reading Hadith. You're not reviewing nothing in front of the computer or on your phone. She's going to tell him these things. She's going to say, who are these friends that they've been calling you and taking you away from your wife and your children and from the masjid and from the classes and from the book of Allah? Who are these friends? They're not friends. You see? What are these papers I find in your pockets? Got a lot of numbers. Huh? What are they? They yours or who's this? See? She's checking him down. And the same thing the husband do that. And if any one of us husband, we know we're doing bad and we are performing poorly and we're far away from being the husband that we should and the father we should, if our wives address us, and especially in a kind way, we should not be offended. We shouldn't be offended. We should praise Allah that you got a woman that live with you in the house, that she wants good for you and she keeping an eye on you. And may Allah make us from those husbands as well. So the Shaykh here, that's why he says, after the husband has already tried to rectify his wife, She don't pray, she's negligent, the Sheikh just gives these examples. Now the husband, his responsibility to talk to her nicely, to advise her, admonish her, bring her statements of the ulama, the ayat, try to bring her to the class, come to the imam and said, listen, akhi, I'm bringing my family to the Jumu'ah, would you please give a class on the importance of the salat? Give a khutbah on the importance of the salat, please. Can you do it this Friday, next Friday? Please give me a date. I'm going to bring my family so they can hear it. Maybe she tired of hearing it from me. Maybe she want to hear it from the imam of the masjid. She want to hear it on Yawm al-Jumu'ah. And this is what we need to find, to take the means to try to help each other. As for accusing each other, blaming each other, that's easy. Anybody can do that. هذا شيء يحسنه كل الناس. Blaming somebody just on the spot, that's easy. But taking it easy, look at them, be patient, try to find out what led them to this. Maybe some of us, we see things but we don't address it, and then when it become big, now we're going to who did this? And we already contribute in the matter. We contribute in the matter. Now, so he said, for example, when the wife doesn't pray or she's negligent in her prayers, she doesn't pray in the time, and while the husband is unable to rectify her, or she may be morally dishonest as well. She is dishonest. In another place they said she commits zina, and she play games, as we know. In such cases, it is obligatory for the husband to divorce her, according to the preponderant view in this regard. Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, إذا كانت تزني لم يكن له أن يمسكها على تلك الحال وإلا كان ديوثا. And he mentioned the statement of Shaykh al-Islam ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, who said, if the wife commits adultery, it is not for the husband to keep her. Otherwise, he is considered the youth. The youth is a person who has no ghaira and no jealousy on his wife, or if his daughters as well. He see them doing haram, he don't care. A'udhu billah. So Allah salama wal afiyah. قال وكذا إذا كان الزوج غير مستقيم في دينه وجب على الزوجة طلب الطلاق منه أو مفارقته بخلع وفدية ولا تبقى معه ومضيع لدينه. The same things applies on the husband too. If the husband has similarly, if the husband is neither righteous nor upright concerning his religion, it is obligatory, the Shaykh said, for the wife to ask for divorce. SubhanAllah, sometimes you find women, it's okay. She's married to a man for years, he don't pray. The man don't pray. And we've heard many situations like this. You can find them in a fatwa of the ulama. The ulama are being asked questions like this. Ya Shaykh, she's married to a man for 7 years, he never prayed. And on top of that, smoke and drink and play, I don't know what. And he's very bad tempered and has no akhlaq. Allah al-Musta'an. So as Shaykh said, it is obligatory for the wife to ask for divorce or separate from that man by the khula that we have learned. She will give something so that she can free herself. Ay na'am. It is not for the wife to stay with him as long as he is negligent of his religious duties. Keep in mind that the soundest opinion of the ulama is that the man who do not pray is kafir, billah, and a woman too. So it is not permissible for the woman, based on this, Shaykh ibn Uthaymeen rahimahullah, one of the rulings that comes from that, if a woman is married to a man and that man stop praying, she advise him. She talk to her wali, father or uncle or whatever, they will advise him, they will talk to him. If he repent and began to pray, alhamdulillah, if not, she leave him. And it's not permissible for a woman a believing woman to stay with a man like that. But now that's another topic, Allah al-Musta'an, that we have dealt with many times. And there is a great responsibility on the awliya, those who are in charge of the affairs of the women. The fathers, the grandfathers, the uncles, the brothers. And if the woman doesn't have a male Muslim in her family, then whoever is in charge of her affairs, that imam of the masjid, that person put in charge of her affairs, then there is a great responsibility. They have to choose for that woman a righteous man. They do not turn that marriage to a business transaction. All right, I got a young girl, mashallah, beautiful, but what is it? What's in it for me? You see? Become a business, waliyadu billah. What's in it for me? All right, you give me this work, this transaction, I marry you, this girl, or this. A'udhu billah. And then, regardless, that man don't pray, he's not religious, he smokes, drinks, riba, doesn't matter. And who suffers? The women. And who's responsible? That wali, who cheated her. That's deception, that's cheating. Because he's going to tell her, look, because he's going to tell her he's he's not going to come to her and tell her, listen, this man is, I know he's no good for you. But just, he don't pray. He drinks. He has bad temper. He break up things. But just please marry him, because if you marry him, I get a business from him. You think that woman will sacrifice her life like that? She will forget the business, man. I'm going to put myself in things like that. But they lie. I find you a nice person. Very nice, kind, gentle. And on top of that, he's wealthy. So you don't have to worry about eviction. You see, this how you don't have to worry about being evicted like other women. You don't have to worry about no electricity. No, you're going to have a lot of fun. You're going to take you places. You're going to have your own money. And this, you drive nice cars. You live in bigger houses and this and that. But he don't tell her the bigger problem. He don't pray. And she has no business marrying such a person. So those who are in charge, you got to do your job. Because you're going to stand in front of Allah and you will be asked. And by that, we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us and to keep us firm upon His path. Wa sallallahu wa sallam ala Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallam taslima.